What's going on, Jets fans? It's your boy DT back with another training camp recap video. Day 3, the New York Jets finally get out there in front of some of the fans. And the big story was, what would we see, if anything, from Justin Fields? He was out there today. He ran out onto the field. No noticeable limp from the beat reporters in attendance. He was signing some autographs for some kids, throwing around the football lightly. He didn't take place in any positional drills, so it seemed like just some light warm-ups and just throwing the football around for Justin Fields. Incredible toughness to dislocate your toe, and then less than 24 hours, you're back out to practice. And when speaking about his toughness, Aaron Glenn at his post-practice press conference said, "That's just who Justin is. I'd rather have a guy that I have to hold back than have to tell him to giddy up." And Jets fans will welcome this sentiment, right? If we could have 53 guys on the roster for the Jets that have that same mentality, that'd be great. You always want to have players who are willing to do the extra bit, and you have to slow them down a little bit, right? And we'll get into it with the next guy, Germaine Johnson. Same thing. He is pushing so hard in his rehab to get back for week 1 so that he can be here for the team in its entirety of the 2025 regular season. And he was medically cleared by Dr. Neil Elatrosh, the surgeon who did his Achilles repair, but he still needs to be cleared by the Jets doctors and their staff. So one hurdle cleared for Jermaine Johnson. He's very excited about it. I do think the coaching staff needs to be a little bit more tentative with how quickly they ramp up Jermaine Johnson. I don't want to see him doing too much too quickly and potentially aggravate the injury or have a setback where they can kind of ease him in during this period, give the reps to guys like Tyler Barron and Rashad Weaver and Michael Clemens on the edge instead, and then let Jermaine work his way back to 100% health the proper way, I guess. So between Fields and JJ, you're showing two examples of guys who they need to be reined in a little bit, but that's only really to protect them from themselves, right? It doesn't seem like they're going haywire and they're just doing too much, at practice or on the field in drills where they're becoming a detriment or a liability to the team. They're just hard workers. So for them to be pushing as hard as they can to get back, I love that, especially out of Fields, your quarterback. You want to see toughness out of the quarterback position. Couple other standouts from practice, going through the tweets from the media that was in attendance. It looked like the trench battle of Will McDonald and Armand Membu, the rookie, is coming along very nice. I hate using the term iron sharpens iron. I will only use it right here. But this is certainly a case of that, right? Will McDonald coming off one of his best NFL seasons, and Armand Membu, who's a rookie, you want him going up against these really top dynamic pass rushers, especially the really speedy ones. Like you can handle power a little bit better than you can handle speed at the NFL level in most cases for offensive tackles. But when you have a guy like Will McDonald who's going to threaten your outside shoulder, that is such good competition for Membu in practice. So I love seeing the back and forth between McDonald and Membu. It looked like McDonald won the first rep or the first couple reps even, and then Membu bounced back. And AG has talked about that numerous times. If you lose the rep, what does the next one look like? So Armand Membu hanging tough going against right now the Jets' best, healthiest pass rusher in Will McDonald. So you love to see that from the rookie. The other rookie picked at the top of the draft, Mason Taylor, the tight end. He had a great day. The Taylor to Taylor connection seems to be a well-oiled machine, right? There was the clip the Jets social media team put out of Tyrod Taylor moving to his left, throwing a nice little flick to Mason Taylor, who makes a great extension diving catch in the back of the end zone for his first touchdown of the camp portion as a New York Jet. And hopefully it's just the first of many, right? I think Mason Taylor is going to find success in the red zone this season, regardless of who's under center. But the Tyrod Taylor to Mason Taylor connection was all well and good today at practice, stepping in for Justin Fields as the backup quarterback. Andre Cisco on the defensive side, the safety from the Jaguars, who we signed in free agency. He had 1 pass breakup and 2 interceptions, according to Nick Faria. He even had a blitz on one of the plays. I don't know if that was yesterday or today, but they're definitely showing this offense some exotic looks from the defense, right? It's not just your vanilla 4 down with 2 backers and your nickel coverage on the back end. And you can kind of tell by the pre-snap shell, okay, this 2 high look, they're probably going to stay in quarters, or we see a single high and the corners bail out and we know it's cover 3 right away. So I like that the defense is giving different exotic looks to the offense, keeping them on their toes. That's going to help further the development of this offense as we install the Angstrand system with this team. But Cisco, a huge call out. I think he's going to be one of our better safeties, if not the best safety by far. I know I'm a big Malachi Moore fan, but Andre Cisco is going to be the starting free safety. And it's really, who is the running mate next to him? Is it Adams? Is it Moore? Is it, even Jarius Monroe, who came away with an interception, I believe, yesterday in practice? So Cisco looks like he's bouncing back to his 2022 or 2023 form after having a down year last year. Couple extra notes. Malachi Coleman made a nice concentration catch off a throw from Brady Cook. So you love to see the fact that he had the drop earlier in training camp in either of the first 2 days. I can't remember. And then he comes back and he's, bouncing back. He's showing the concentration catches that he's able to make. I believe they even said the pass was tipped. So really good concentration from Corley. You want to just see him bounce back as quickly as possible, just to give him the best chance to make this roster. Even if he doesn't end up making it to the 53, can he at least push one of these guys in the wide receiver room to get a look to be considered for the 53? If they get into the cut down period of this training camp and Malachi Corley is still deep down on the depth chart, it's not going to be good. So any little incremental progress for Malachi Corley, it doesn't necessarily need to be overhyped, but I do think it is important that he shows some type of incremental growth throughout this portion of July and August. So just a couple notes here. I finally got it right with StreamYard. They had me muted in the studio yesterday during my day 2 recap. So figuring it out this time, got the rookie mistakes out of the way. I appreciate everybody who tunes in. Let me know in the comments below who you thought stood out the most in practice today. And if you were there at practice, share some of your thoughts and your comments about what it looked like under Aaron Glenn in the first time that the fans were allowed to see the New York Jets in this new version of them. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. I'm DTereman, and I'll catch you guys next time.